Jurassic World Rebirth is just around the corner. I have seen it. I saw it last night. So today, we're going to rank all the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World movies from my least favorite to my favorite. Now, remember, this is my personal list. This is how I feel about them. Your list is probably going to be different to mine, but I want to know yours. So smash it down in the comment section below so we can get a discussion going. No one is wrong. No one is right. It's just movies and it's just fun to talk about. Make sure you smash that like button and click that subscribe button as well. It really helps me out. And yeah, let's get into my ranking of the Jurassic movies right now. Number 7 is Jurassic World Dominion. I do not like this movie at all. I seriously, honestly, have not watched it again because I just don't like it that much. I think what they did with this movie was just horrible. The way that they created this whole extinction spy thriller element into it just did not work at all. They bring the old cast back just for nostalgia purposes, and they are now the greatest spies of all time, infiltrating this facility to try and stop the world from collapsing because of the freaking whatever the locust is running around eating everything. You know, it's got all that stuff. Now, look, there are some great kills in here, yes. We're still using the whole mutation stuff is still going on in here, yes. Chris Pratt is back, yes. Bryce Dallas Howard is back, yes. There's a whole subplot about cloning in here as well that you kind of like, well, the chick's cloned now? You know, it's just, it's very messy, it's very long, it's very boring. There is one great scene in it when they're on the tower and they're climbing up and the big, you know, dinosaur that they created comes to him and tries to eat him. That's about it. Outside of all of that, it was great to see the old cast come back. Yeah, I loved seeing Laura Dern come back. I loved seeing Alan come back. I loved seeing Jeff Goldblum come back. I loved all that. But that's not enough to save it. The story is all over the place. You know, you had this concept of dinosaurs in our world. Could have been explored and done really, really well, except they just went, nah, screw that. Let's go back to the island again and deal with a spy thriller. And it just didn't work. So for me, Dominion is at the bottom here. Coming in at number 6 is Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Now, I don't hate this movie. I just don't think it's as good as the other ones, or I enjoy it as much as the other ones. Now, Fallen Kingdom is where they go back to save the dinosaurs and then they bring them back. This is where we get the Indoraptor. You know, there are some really, really cool kills. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the Indoraptor is cool, man. It's really, really cool to watch it go around killing people and that. And this is how the dinosaurs come back and go and integrate into our world, which I think was a great concept to do and something that I really, really enjoyed. Now, going into the island, you know, they got to go try and save them. The volcano's going to explode. You know, all that stuff is happening. It's all about, like, don't kill the dinosaurs, man. They should be allowed to live. We brought them back, etc., etc. I thought Bryce Dallas Howard and Chris Pratt are great in it as well. But the story just isn't as flushed out as I would have liked it to be. I feel like there is a really, really good movie here that's just not working properly. And then once you get into the house and stuff, you know, like I said, the Indoraptor killing people is cool, but all the other dinosaurs and that, it's just about like rich people buying and stuff. And look, Fallen Kingdom, it has its moments where you're like, yes, let's go. And it also has its moments where it's like, ooh, what are they doing here? This is not great. But it is what it is. And for me, number 6, Fallen Kingdom. Number 5 is The Lost World. Jurassic Park, The Lost World, the second movie in the franchise. And like I said, I don't hate this movie. I just don't have it. I don't find it as enjoyable as the other ones. Now, this one is one of the older ones. And it's about, you know, the T-Rexes. They go to the island. Jeff Goldblum returns to, you know, to deal with the dinosaurs again. He goes there, and then they take back a T-Rex cub, and the T-Rexes come back to the city, and they wreak havoc and everything like that. Now, for me, there are some great kills in here again. Like, I mean, who doesn't love seeing dinosaurs eat people? For some unknown reason, it's satisfying to see, especially if there's a character you don't like. I don't mind the story. I don't mind the characters as well. I just feel like this was just lacking something that just wasn't able to capture me in the way that the ones above did, where I was like invested 100%. I'm like, let's go. This is great. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a great time. I do feel like them coming to the city was an interesting concept at the time, and I like that idea, but I just don't think it was executed as well as it could have been. But overall, The Lost World, I think is still a good movie. I don't think it's like awful or anything like that. I just don't get as much enjoyment out of the compared to the other ones. So for me, it's coming in at number 5. Number 4 is Rebirth, Jurassic World Rebirth, the newest movie that has come out now. And I actually enjoyed this one a lot more than I thought. It does have a lot more human elements, and it does dive into the human characters a lot more rather than just having them, get eaten by dinosaurs constantly. There are kills in here. There are some pretty cool kills. There's not as many as the previous ones and stuff like that. But I did enjoy the story. They go to an island where it's been abandoned, where they're actually doing the experiments and everything, trying to bring them back and, mutate, create new dinosaurs and that. So I like that aspect as well. We have things that happen in here where, very much trying to recreate scenes from the original and other ones where you're like, oh, I've seen that before. And that's okay. I don't mind that. But I there are some characters that I didn't like, which one of them I did not like. I despised the most. So there was a very satisfying moment in the movie, which is his character's meant to be like that. There is a little girl in here who's very much like Dakota Fanning in War of the Worlds, where you're kind of like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? There are some moments in the movie where you're like, what are you doing there? But I really enjoyed Duncan and Scarlett Johansson's character, and Duncan, who's played by Mahershala Ali. Loved those two characters and the depth they went into them. And I liked the story. And I also liked the doctor as well, who was with them, and how they did it. Also like getting shine on other dinosaurs other than just Mr. T-Rex himself or Spinosaurus. I loved getting some other dinosaurs in here that we haven't seen a close-up like that. And the stuff on sea is beautiful. The shots were fantastic. Gareth Edwards just delivered on that aspect. So I really, really enjoyed it. But it's not my favorite, but I enjoyed it. So number 4 is Rebirth. Number 3 is Jurassic Park 3. Now, I know people don't like this film. For me, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. It has been a guilty pleasure of mine since I was a kid. And I'll tell you exactly why. Yes, the story is very messy. I will admit, the story is very messy. Yes, the mother is absolutely so annoying. I wanted her to die every single time I watched the film. Yes, that is all in there. But man, this movie is so much fun. There is so much death. There is so much dinosaur action. Spinosaurus is unbelievable, and he's just that major villain that is just a menace constantly. That moment where they're out in the field and he comes out, he looks at him, and they're like, oh, we need to get through this. And he starts so freaking good. The stuff with the raptors is like, it is what it is. But overall, it's just a fun movie, man. Like, this is the type of Jurassic Park movie where I can just sit down, switch my brain off, and go, give me people getting eaten by a dinosaur. That's what this movie is to me. And I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy it. It's just a guilty pleasure of mine. So for me, it's number 3. Coming in at number 2 is Jurassic World, the first one. And I think this is the best one that they've done since the original one. Obviously, spoiler alert, sorry. It's pretty obvious that the first one, I think everyone's got the first one at the top. Like, it's just a classic. But Jurassic World, I thought they did a great job. I really, really did. Creating a new park, bringing new dinosaurs, and then they create this new dinosaur that can camouflage and do all this sort of stuff. I really liked it. I thought Chris Pratt was fantastic as well. I love his relationship with the Raptors. Bryce Dallas Howard is fantastic as well. It does have a feel of the original to it, but also feels like it's its own type of thing as well. Like, you can feel the inspiration, but I feel like it did enough to the point where it feels like it's its own thing at the same time. And I thought it was great. I really, really did. And I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun with it. But again, it's not the best of the freaking Jurassic movies, but it is still a very, very fun movie. So for me, number 2 is Jurassic World. But coming in at number 1 is Jurassic Park, the original. I remember watching this as a kid. This is where I fell in love with dinosaurs. I used to love watching this movie as a kid all the time. I still love it. It is just a classic movie. It is just so good, the original. A park where dinosaurs are brought back to life, and it's just chaotic. There are deaths, there are kills, there's raptors, there's T-Rexes, there's just... The magic is beautiful. The score is absolutely fantastic from John Williams. This is just one of those movies that you can put on and you're never going to be bored. The story is great. I just love it. And I think all of us love it. Like, it's just one of those movies where you sit there and you're like, it's so good. It's so freaking good. So, yeah. I mean, we've talked about Jurassic Park to death multiple times. I know everyone loves that movie, and you guys all know why. It still holds up today. It's still fantastic. And I just remember that first scene, seeing that first scene of them coming out of the car, looking up, and the dinosaurs. You know, the first time you see that, you're like, how did they do this? How did they make them look real? Like, how is this possible? And it's just, it was a dream come true for all of us. Like, it was just like, and it made us all think like, oh, maybe we should bring back the dinosaurs, and then we kind of should not do that. Let's just be real. So for me, number one is Jurassic Park. So there you have it. That is my ranking of all the Jurassic movies. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. Remember, that's just my list. I want to know your list because you guys are probably going to have a different one. Tell me why. I want to have a discussion. I want to get to know all of that. So let me know in the comment section below. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe and peace out.